So we jump right into the armor sets now?
Yeah, sure.
Let's take a look. So this is the default set of Astria. This is the one that, players will be accustomed to from the get-go, and represents the leader, right? For the Orcos.
Yeah. So there are quite a lot of golden trims and ornamentations, and then the helmet design is very much influenced by the Apollyon, as you can see it. But it still has its own uniqueness. The main focus on this one is to give two complementary designs. Like it looks glorious, but at the same time it looks kind of corrupted, and it's attractive, also deadly, and also beautiful, but kind of dark. But I'm saying that there's two options, meaning as you can kind of see there's a small difference from the left to right. You see there's the hair's ornamentation on the head, and the other version has the one without it. There's a one version that there's a cape on it, and some player kind of wanted to see a character without the cape. And there's a light ornamentation on the shoulder that's also removed for one other option, so people can have different choices when they are actually choosing the variations.
So it's the same thing here. Now we're seeing two different variations of this same set, where again there's maybe some subtle differences, but I'm already noticing on the kind of the neck and around the neck area, there's obviously difference in details over here. The horns, or the antlers, I should say, on the right side, which are absolutely insane. But that's great, and that involves the choices for the players, correct?
Yep. And for the structure-wise, it's a bit more a traditional way of dressing or wearing the armors. And slowly, it's kind of going more towards the fantastic part of the visuals.
I see. This is really awesome.
And of course, there are two different type of. It's a very subtle on the changes, except the cape and the without the cape. But then at least we wanted to give more options to the player. That was the main goal of creating these two different variations.
This one's really, really interesting.
Yeah,
A different pattern, and it almost looks like like friendly. But let's not forget that this is the Warmonger, so far from that.
Just the full ride on the decoration. Like the task was like, what if we give every place as much decoration as much as possible, and that's how it came out.
Now we're getting into something really, really edgy here, really, really sick.
Yep, this one we're pushing a bit more fantasy. I don't know how it's kind of visible. That's always a question to a lot of players. It was kind of inspired by the movie Dracula, and there was nice, interesting lines on the muscle, and that was the reference on it.
Nice. So now we're coming back to the same Astria, and from there moving into this one right here.
As for the helmet, this is one of my favorite too. It's inspired by the jousting knight. Technically, it was not possible for us to create it, but then there was a modification that we made it so it looks as much close as the realistic, not realistic, but then inspired by the jousting knight helmets.
Nice. This one is absolutely insane.
This would be the final stage of the corruption, I would say. Even the helmet design is more fantastic, and it's almost unreal.
Yeah.
But this kind of design, they existed in real life armor in medieval times. So it's not something just out of our context. Like on these sets, something that we wanted to bring was it's the level of I would say level of the corruptions. So slowly you kind of see there is the leathers and the fabric and the metal treatment. The corruption created there's some sort of worn out effects or the deformations, and the metals gets quite unique patterns. So you can kind of see it in the later variations, and the last variation that you saw it was the pick point on it.
Yes, and that's not all though. Now we're getting into the last and most legendary one. That's right, we've got the Apollyon set that's available for everyone. What can you tell us about this, and specifically how it relates to the Warmongers now?
Yes, well, we cannot say Warmongers without saying Apollyon. So this is something that we had to give it to the players.
Incredible.
We wanted to give as the mint condition. Well, like it's not the new as a new. It's still kind of worn out and old, but as original as possible. So there is a lot of like the rust and also it's something that's extra that it's applied here is. As you can see, you will be able to see the one without the cape version of it as well. So that's quite interesting experience. And also there's a nice shoulder pad, the big one. There's the asymmetric version, and then now it's kind of as a variation, you can have 2 big shoulder pads.
Nice.
On both sides.
So the legacy of Apollyon still lives on through that armor set, and then there's variations over above on that set. So let's take a look here. This is so sick. Shiny Apollyon set here, unreal.
Well, since we wanted to give that armor as it is from the previous one, the alternate material spot were limited for original ones. So for the variation, we opened up more possibility for players to apply more alternative materials.
Unreal. I really like this one. And again, it still keeps to the core of what Apollyon stands for, and it's different than the Warmonger set. You can really distinguish both, and that's really cool.
Exactly, and with the interesting ornaments on top of it. So
yeah. Unreal. So are you a cape guy? You a cape guy? I'm a cape guy. I'd love the cape.
Then take the cape.
Yeah, I would take the cape.
If you're not the cape guy,
you don't need to anymore.
Choose the one without it.
Clarissa, you a cape girl?
You know, it's hard to say because I watched a movie where it shows you how capes can hinder your hero activity.
The Incredibles.
Yeah.
Yes, of course. That's so true.
Oh, the details on this armor, though.
Yeah, insane.
Yeah, well, as a design-wise, Astria kind of added extra effort to make these armors to look more decorative. So this is another one that has a more ornamentation, more engravings.
So clean.
Yep.
I love it.
Unreal.
I hope we get to see more cosplays because I know that we had a few really good Apollyon cosplays, but now with Astria being in game,
so variations now, it's gonna be insane.
I really hope.
I wonder which one will be chosen.
Yeah.
Yes. And more variation will come in on next season's.
Nice.
Chapter. So
there you have it. This guy's a pro teaser. That's awesome. Okay, well that's a full look at all of the sets right now of the Warmonger. Again, we have the duality of the Astria being represented, but also Apollyon and her legacy living on through those variations. So that's super interesting. How about we go into the weapons of this character that will be complementing this as we speak.
But that is the end of the video, guys, so thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and let me know your thoughts. I love reading and replying to all your comments down below. And feel free to check out my Discord and Twitter. There is a link down below in the description box for both of those as well. The Discord is a great way for me to talk to you guys outside the YouTube comments section. And of course, the Twitter is a great way for you guys to get a notification whenever a video is being uploaded, because YouTube is a bit weird sometimes. And if you like this video and you like what I'm doing here on the channel and you want to support the channel further, feel free to check out my Patreon. There'll be a link down below in the description box, and a link will pop up at the end of the video. And if you choose to donate, it is greatly appreciated. And a big shout out to my current patrons whose names you've been seeing in the background. Just wanted to say thank you for your support. It really does mean a lot. And please share this video around, does help me out a fuck ton. And if you want to see more videos from me, please hit the subscribe button. I shall see you all in the next video. Have a good one, guys.